How's it going, everybody? I'm playing some more Link Between Worlds today. Eastern Palace time, which is actually quite a bit different than the Link to the Past version. But the first few rooms are pretty similar. But this dungeon basically uses, I don't want to say a lot of the merging, because it doesn't, but it's basically, once we figure out how to use Ravio's bracelet, which comes up after the boss, it's basically a little tutorial for how to use the bracelet, so in case you didn't know, now you do. Just want to be careful in this room about these black bowling balls, or whatever they are. And then another little mini boss room, nothing too difficult. I actually missed this right here, but you can go underneath that treasure chest, and there's a room right below. I'll go in there in a second, but if you want to save some time, you can do that right away. I do really like that they kept the original music, just like modernized it, I guess. That's pretty nice. And you'll see later on in the game that for the Dark World, they actually came up with some new music for the temples, which I don't remember if they did in Link to the Past or not. I don't think so, but maybe they did. But it's still really nice. Didn't really realize what I was doing right there, but that's to get the chest. And there's a little room back here with some fairies and rupees. You can grab them if you want to. Really don't need fairies for this place because the boss is pretty easy and most of the enemies aren't very difficult, especially this early. Make your way upstairs. And then, as soon as you step on the switch, you're gonna have to fight these four, so I recommend just going for a spin attack, and then you can take them all out. And try not to hit like I did. And I don't know why, but I really struggled with this room this time around. I normally don't, but I found myself getting hit a few times. This is why I'm definitely going to struggle with the Kukos, whatever they're called, the challenges, because I'm not very good at my timing. So it's going to be very interesting to see how I do. Really like this room because, I don't know, I guess just all the switches in here, it's really interactive. I don't know what the word would be, but hopefully you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I got a little confused here for a second, but this is what you don't want to do. Because there's an order, you're supposed to shoot these. I mean, you can do it the way I did, but it's going to be easier just to shoot them properly. You're supposed to shoot that one first. Well, it doesn't have to be first, but then you can shoot that one on the bottom. Just angle your shot. Then you're supposed to shoot the top one, but I didn't, so it made it a little bit more difficult. I'm actually surprised how well I did in Ocarina of Time with the bow compared to this game so far. And as soon as you shoot all 4 switches, these arrows will stop firing, so don't have to worry about them. But if you do have the shield in here, then you can just deflect them. And go around. And then there's a key up here. Pick it up, and then hop back down. Alright. And if you want to, you can go to the room on the right, which I'll go to in a bit, but I'm gonna go over here first. It would be easier just to use the bow on these guys, but I wanted to do it the old-fashioned way. There's the big key. I don't know why they switched around the names. Like, some games it's boss key, some games it's big key. I guess it's just because I believe in the original Link to the Past it was called the big key, so I'm assuming that's why they kept it, but I don't know. Because I think in the Oracle games it's called the boss key. But I might be wrong. Oh, it's a nightmare key. No, I think that's Link's Awakening. I don't know. Then make sure you take care of all these guys, because there's going to be a reward if you do. Nothing too fancy, just some monster guts, I believe. And there we go. Just gotta time these arrows, then walk around. Good to go. Try not to get hit like I did, but if you do, you do. Plenty of hearts. And time for the first boss. Alright, so all you gotta do for this guy is just hit him with arrows 2 times, and then wait for him to merge back to the wall. And shoot him again, he'll merge again, and you shoot him again, and rinse and repeat. Not a whole lot to say about this guy. It's a first boss. I mean, what do you expect? Not as big as Bahoma, or Queen Bahoma. bracelet. And the first heart container. So now you have access to merging, which is personally one of my favorite features in any Zelda game. I just really like this because you can get to a lot of unique places, and there's a few interesting puzzles and one boss that really utilizes it a little bit. But surprisingly, I don't think besides one specific boss that any of the other bosses really used merging. Besides, well, the final boss, which I'm not going to say right now, but just in case people don't want spoilers. I don't get why they decided not to like mark down the rest of the map, because that chest just looks like it's floating in the abyss, which really isn't. But the map thinks it is, so what are you gonna do? And you are gonna need quite a few rupees in a little bit. You'll see why, but so hopefully you'll have been getting quite a few as of now. A little merging puzzle here. Again, this is just like helping you out with the basics of merging. There's not really anything else too complicated about it. Just basically there's some timing merging, excuse me, and really just conserving your energy gauge, and that's about it. More rupees. Surprisingly, you really don't need a whole lot of rupees in the late game unless you want to buy the items, but even then I don't think you need too many. But they're always nice to have, of course, if you want to stack up on potions or whatnot. Although a lot of the potions require monster guts. Alright, so from now on, the rest of the video, it's just going to be getting some, I don't want to say extra stuff, because it's not really extra, it's required, but just side stuff, although it's main stuff, I don't know how to explain it, but just forget what I said. It is main stuff, because you need this stuff to progress with the story. Unless you're glitching, then you probably could find a way around. blacksmith's wife, excuse me, is looking for a gully. And you can choose whether or not you want to grab this. I mean, if you want a challenge run, then I wouldn't grab it. It doesn't really make the game much more difficult, just gotta keep swapping items, but this will give you access to the X button right there. So, but don't grab it if you want to do a little, I don't know, somewhat easy challenge. But it'll make things a bit less tedious. Well, not that they're tedious to begin with, but easier, I guess. So, all I really have is the lamp and the bow, so don't really have a whole bunch of use for that yet, but once we get the next item, then it'll be more useful. Right there, that's where the bows are. I'm still not sure whether or not I want to do that or not. I don't know if this is going to be 100% yet, but we'll see. And got some Street Pass challenges there, which I'll look at in a bit. Just want to get a shield right now so that I'll have an easier time with deflecting, although my R button doesn't really want to work a whole lot, so it's going to be iffy on whether or not it actually works throughout the playthrough. And then right here is the first bottle, 100 rupees, and I think it's worth it. I mean, you can catch some fairies if you want, you can get a potion or two. Not hard to, you only have one bottle, but you can get a potion if you want. Talk to any of the villagers you want to. I personally don't really like to. I mean, not that interested, but go for it if you want. And you'll want to talk to this guy to get a net, which will be pretty useful, I guess, if you want some fairies and whatnot. And you'll need a shiny bee at one point, so I guess you don't really need the net, because you can buy a shiny bee at some point in the game. But I don't know if it'll skip this dialogue or not, so yeah, I don't know. Might skip the dialogue. Alright, so here we got one in front of my house, and then one in front of the sanctuary. These are tagged from my other 3DS, my other save file that I have. Or actually, they might be from this one, but when I put them on a different 3DS, so I don't know. I'm just glad it's not my main one, because that one has everything, and he's pretty difficult. I mean, it's like fighting Gramps, so you'll either win by time, or get lucky with the win. I personally struggle to fight Gramps or the 999 players, but I don't know, maybe some people have an easier time. I don't know. Then here's Irene, who will give us a very nice traveling item. Alright, so now we can basically fast travel throughout the game. Anywhere that you've activated a weather vane, you can now use. And here's the first Shadow Link. obviously not going to go for the other one because that'll be a very interesting fight. By that I mean I die in one hit, pretty much. And I wanted to try and get him with the bow, just so that achievement, or whatever it's called, record, goes up. Yeah, this is basically how Triforce Heroes battles went for me. Just keep knocking your swords together. I haven't decided if I'm going to play that game either, but I might. If I can get some buddies who want to do it with me, then for sure I will. But one thing at a time. And then you're going to want to make your way over to, I think it's called Zora's River, maybe? I don't think it's called Domain, but maybe? I don't know. But, unlike Ocarina of Time, these guys are not friendly, the Zoras. So, you're going to probably want to stay away from them, unless you want to kill them, which you can. And you're gonna get an item. Well, you can get it right now, I guess, but it'll allow you to lift those rocks, so just in case you're curious. Won't be getting that this episode, though. And I believe every time you go inside here, the switch will give you a potion. Like, not to take with you, but recover your health, so do that if you want. And then once you get later in the game, you'll start getting different monster parts that you'll be able to use to make, like, the newer potions. One gives you invincibility. I'm not sure what the other ones do, but I'm assuming it's something useful. So right now I can't really do much there, so if you want to get a red one, I think you can get those, but other than that, just head this way. Try not to get hit by these crabs, or the crows, or whatever they're called. I don't think any of these guys have their actual names, like, from real life. I'm pretty sure those aren't even called crabs, and birds aren't crows. Or ravens, whatever they'd be. So I believe that you can just go straight to Kakariko Village if you want to, but otherwise you can go in here, talk to her. Again, I'm not sure if it's required or not to head back, so I'd go in here just in case, but maybe it isn't required. Basically, as you can see, she's bloating and getting quite a bit bigger. So we're gonna have to do something about that. She got a fish. Must be her dinner. Alright. So now we have fast travel. Irene will give us a ride, and then head to Kakariko Village. And there's two things you're going to want to get here. One thing is the smooth gem. And this here costs 200 rupees, so you should have this much, but if you don't, just cut some bushes. I'm sure there's some random chests somewhere that you want to grab. And then you'll want to go over here, and then merge through the wall, and then sneak up on this guy, and he'll give you the Pegasus boots. we go. You can try them out like I did here in a sec, you'll see. Oops. Just try to run very quickly. Very nice to have. And then head back over to the witch's house so that you can get the whatever the place is called, Zora's River. I don't really know what it's called. And then watch out for those crows and crabs. And try not to hit like I did, but if you do, you do. There's plenty of hearts. And chuck this sucker in there. Alright, so we got the flippers now, and that's gonna do it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching, and have a good night.